Donia, thank you for joining us. This is Justin Strauss, and we have Donia Alawi, who we're interviewing today, who has been with New Earth for a long time, since 1990, in fact. And her and what she has not done is ever missed a single day from 1990 taking probiotics, digestive enzymes, and our wild microalgae. So she runs her own home-based business called Organics USA Incorporated as a New Earth independent associate. And she teaches and coaches individuals on how to use foods to heal their bodies based on the logic that food is one's best medicine. So Donia, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today. We go back quite a few years ourselves. I think I met you and Rich back in 1992. And I think that you have such a compelling story about gut health and with our products, of course, but beyond just our products, but just lifestyle and diet advice and changes how you can do so much for your health from that very core position that is gut health. And so again, thanks for joining us. And if you wouldn't mind, could you give us a little background on how you got to know New Earth back in the early 90s and kind of a little bit of your history?
How long do we have? Many days or just...
Well, yeah, no, we're trying to keep it a little shorter than many days, but but take the time you think you need. Would love. I think you've got a great story.
I'll keep it short.
Okay, thanks.
I grew up with a lot of stomach problems. As a child, I always experienced bloating, indigestion, and it culminated past the teenage. The age of 18, it culminated to ulcerative colitis. And it was the bleeding type. So it was very serious. And I was on medication for a while. And it's the time that I decided to immigrate to the US to go to school. But in the back of my mind, I was also thinking, I'm coming here to the US to get the best medication and the best solution for my stomach problems. And sure enough, I came here to the US, went to school, and started eating in the dormitory all milk products, all kinds of hot dogs, and the typical American diet. And of course, my stomach problems got worse. So it went on for a while, and I just relied on medications. So that took care of the pain, the bloating, the diarrhea. And I guess today this is called irritable bowel syndrome. And years went by, and then I met my late husband, and he knew about my stomach problems, and he introduced me to his organic co-op, where he shopped for his groceries. And I had no idea what the word organic meant at the time, that a lot of the problems had to do with what I was eating or not eating. So I started buying liquid yogurt for my breakfast that I found in this grocery. And all of a sudden I noticed, without medications, that my stomach problems didn't come back. And I thought, well, maybe I was in love. So, that's the reason why my stomach problems went away.
Sure.
But that wasn't it. It was the little critters, the good bacteria in that liquid yogurt that helped a lot with my stomach problems. And as I learned more about the friendly bacteria and why yogurt was good for my digestive system, I wanted to expand on my knowledge. I wanted to learn more about the friendly bacteria. And this is when I started to learn to read books about the topic of digestive system and the friendly bacteria. And it just never had stomach problems ever since that time. And of course, when you learn something and your health issues disappear, you want to share it with your family, with your friends. And this is when I was introduced to the New Earth products. which has the friendly bacteria, the digestive enzymes, and so forth. And I started, I looked at this as a way to share the products, share my story with people, and it developed into a large business. And it's what I do daily. It's my passion now.
Well, so how, maybe since you just mentioned probiotics, enzymes, and I had mentioned before, and our algae, which is a type of blue-green algae, and for purposes of the group here that we're talking to in the 30-day gut reboot page, could you quickly kind of break down the difference between those three things we talked about, which we talk about microalgae as a micronutrient powerhouse, digestive enzymes for better nutrition, and probiotics for better nutrition. But those three kind of play different roles in each of their contribution to the whole that that makes up the most popular products of ours, and basically make up exactly what's in our essentials packets.
Well, your digestive system is your first line of defense. So that's where your food goes in, it gets assimilated, it gets broken down, turned into energy. So what you want is to make sure that your first line of defense is a very healthy system. So everything else in the body, from your heart, from your brain, from your endocrine glands, all of the other systems, all of the other organs depend on the health of your first line of defense, which is your digestive system. So what is the requirement? What are you supposed to do daily to keep that system in the best functioning properly every day? And this is where the friendly bacteria, the digestive enzymes will come into play. And again, your healthy diet, because that's 50% of the solution to keep the gut in good shape, is also what you're eating daily.
Agreed,
the other
yes.
50% is what you're going to do to introduce the right supplements to sort of repopulate the friendly bacteria, to break down the foods properly with the digestive enzymes. So it's almost like 50-50. Your supplements 50%, your healthy diet is 50%. And that's how you keep your digestive system in good shape. Now, if you look at all the companies out there that sell an assortment of products, it's very, very rare that you find the combination of friendly bacteria, enzymes, and a nourishing food like the algae, all in one company. And this is what I loved about being with New Earth, is almost everything is there for me in terms of supplements to support my digestive system. I don't have to look anywhere else. And this is the main principle upon which you could support your digestive system in terms of supplements.
Awesome. Well, thank you. So tell me then, how, when you talk to somebody that you think you can help with New Earth products, how, and I know that you're a big advocate in, well, for lack of a better way, of preaching about gut health, but when you're talking to somebody new about how these products can help them, how do you normally describe that to people?
I have a questionnaire that I usually send to people.
Okay.
Because if they have health problems with their digestive system, there's always causes to that. So I want to learn about their lifestyle. I want to learn about, maybe they're eating too many acidic foods, maybe they're drinking too many acidic drinks like pop or coffee or tea, or So I want to learn about that so that I could give them some advice,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be on the diet side. So once they answer the questionnaire, then I can, also I want to learn if they're on medications or not.
Mm-hmm. Sure. I guess if you would need,
That's
like you
very
said,
helpful. Yeah.
if half the battle is outside of the sort of thing that we can provide, then you need to know you need to meet them where they are and figure out what you can.
And I'm not a health professional, so I don't get into the scientific aspects of this or that. I just give them a general idea that it may be not a good idea to eat too many acidic foods, why you should switch to alkaline foods. The human body is an alkaline body. All the cells in your body, all the pH in your body is on the alkaline side. So I give them a very simple, generalized idea about the lifestyle. At the same time, that gives me an idea of whether to push further with supplements quickly. If their lifestyle is not healthy, then I go the slow route. So maybe I'll just tell them to take acidophilus and bifidus and enzymes initially. And then a few weeks later, maybe I'll introduce the algae. So I would go slow depending on their lifestyle. Okay. So it's very important that you learn about your prospect's lifestyle first, without really getting too technical with all the questions you're asking them. Just get a general idea, and that way you can either go fast with the supplements. Something like Spectrobiotic, for example, it has a lot of strains of friendly bacteria. Mm-hmm. And that might be too much for people who are on the standard American diet, because their gut may not have the transient and non-transient friendly bacteria. So then you start them with just one strain at a time, maybe acidophilus, maybe bifidus, and later on you could add the Spectrobiotic. So it's very important to learn about their lifestyle first.
Okay, perfect. Well, yeah, thank you for answering that, because you have a lot of experience with this, and I think a lot of great experience in not getting too far out in the weeds in terms of science and things like that. But for those that, and I'm of the same mind, when I share our products, I do so just saying, I have a lot of experience with this, and I've watched a lot of people have great experience with this because it just kind of makes sense. You've got probiotics, enzymes, and micronutrients. What doesn't make sense about that? But you said that you did a lot of reading, and is there any direction you can point some people for the kind of scientific support for what people have been experiencing with these products? I mean, like I said, I like to just talk about them in the sense that they just work, but sometimes people want to dig a little bit deeper and know a little bit more about about the why. And so is there any resources you can point people to, or
that's important, very, very important, because you don't want people to just take your word for what you're telling them. The friendly bacteria is good for you, the digestive system will help you. Yes, they may believe you initially and start on the products, but if you don't give them the educational references to also get them to be educated consumers, then they may try the products for a month and go away. So you have to follow up and let them know about resources to read, not to overwhelm them. You don't want to do that. But there's a few names of books, that maybe 2 or 3 books, maybe articles. I do follow up with simple articles too, not just books. But I do recommend for those people that want to expand on their knowledge, to a couple of books to read. One of them is called Optimal Digestive Health, and it's written by 12 MDs. It's very simple to understand about the digestive health in that one book, Optimal Digestive Health. Also, the information that gut is your first line of defense. And this is why it's so important that you support it. Because if you come to me with this health issue or that health issue, I'll still tell you, start with your gut. Get it in good shape first. Now, that information or that health model, which tells you that the gut is your first line of defense, is based scientifically on a discipline in medicine called functional medicine. Okay. Now, anybody can Google that. You will find scientific research, clinical studies, all based on the concept of the gut, the liver connection. So every single MD that practice functional medicine would tell you the same thing. You always have to start with supporting your gut health. And they do recommend probiotics initially. They do recommend digestive enzymes initially, just like we do. But the big difference between what we do with our customers and what functional medicine doctors do is the type of friendly bacteria and enzymes that they recommend and what we in New Earth recommend. Huge difference. They recommend a lot of commercial friendly bacteria and enzymes. You can go to a health food store, they tell you, buy some friendly bacteria, or they may even recommend it to you in their clinics. Now, if you look at the ingredients of what functional medicine doctors recommend in terms of their good bacteria and their digestive system, you will read a list of friendly bacteria and a list of digestive enzymes. That's it. But we know scientifically that the friendly bacteria and digestive enzymes require their own food to work properly in the gut. So if you take just a regular friendly bacteria that you've been recommended to buy, either you buy it from the clinic or you go to the grocery store and you buy it, it won't work as effectively because it doesn't have its own foods. So it goes in the gut, and these friendly bacteria will say, okay, where's the minerals? Where's the vitamins? We need all of that to work in the gut. They will literally rob it from your own system. So it will take a long time for the commercial friendly bacteria and the digestive system to work in the body. The difference is when you take the New Earth friendly bacteria and the digestive enzymes, they already have their own food, which is the microalgae. The microalgae provides the minerals, the vitamins, all the fatty acids, every single nutrient that good bacteria and digestive enzymes require to work immediately. So the minute the New Earth products, digestive system products, hit the gut, they're ready to populate into colonies, they're ready to break down the foods. Huge difference between New Earth supplements and what you can buy commercially or buy from clinics.
Well, I have not tried the competitors, and now I know I am such a New Earth advocate. So,
okay, thanks a lot.
All right, thanks, Donia. See you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.